What's going on, party people? Another fun day here in the range. I've taken a little bit of a break, I'm sure you can tell, and by a little bit of a break, like a week, and things are picking back up. Got a insanely packed March. 11 matches, I believe, signed up for, and so plus 2 amazing trainings, one with Henderson and then a second with Hwang, which Hwang is actually the first weekend in April, and so that's going to be a blast. But today, one of the things I'm working on is transitions. My doubles are getting dialed in. I'm feeling really strong with those, but what I'm doing not so great in is transitions, left to right, right to left, and then taking the shot as soon as my dot enters the target. So today I'm going to work on all that stuff, and what that looks like, I'm not 100% sure, but this is what we're gonna do today. So if I feel like my accuracy at distance and close range is really becoming more just secondhand or subconscious level, if you will, but my transitions are not, and that's where I'm gonna save a lot of time. So I'm gonna work on those today. Let's see what it looks like. All right, this is take 2. I'm going to open up on the open target, then go to the no shoot, then sprint across as fast as I can. Hit the open target. Hit open target first and then go to the no shoot. Going for all alphas. I'm not sure what time looks like yet, but we'll figure it out. Well, I'm not mad at that. What's up, bro? I'm also out of breath. I don't know what that means. All right, so we got all alphas at 639. First shot was 137. All right, 2 in the open, 2 in the no shoot, and then transition. As soon as that second round leaves, as soon as I pull the trigger, no matter what, I'm moving over. All right, so check that out. So let's talk about what I did wrong there. I did everything wrong there. Literally, nothing I did had anything to do with my visual acknowledgement of where my dot was in correlation to the target. I was focused too much on my feet, crossing the line and stopping, which this gravel's pretty intense, but we're not gonna worry about all that. And so, what do I need to do to process visually getting across this line and taking that first shot with accuracy? And I think I'm pushing too hard, if that makes sense. Right as I cross here, I'm stepping in, and it's almost like I'm one-footed, and then I take the shot. And you can see, and I started on the open target. You can see what I did there. This is garbage. And then I continue to do garbage over here. All right, let's see what we did on the open and no shoot. Now, that's great. Obviously, this is great. The transition in, obviously, I'm okay with a Charlie on that, and they were high away from the tough parts. Anyways, so I'm gonna work on that. Just feeling what it feels like to cross that barrier and take the first shot with a solid foundation. I did want to mention though that last round, although it was ugly, it was at 5:23. So the time was there, but all of the mechanics weren't firing right. So I want to stick with that time, but I just want to visually acknowledge where I'm going with my rounds. So that's what we're going to do this time. All right. Time was 6:42. Let's see, we took our time. We got alphas, line breaker and a Charlie. But I felt way more confident. I feel like that extra second I did not want is coming from as I transition this spot. As soon as I step over, I'm like, cool, here I am. Bop, 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 bop. and I need to clean that up. But I need to clean that up with control. So let's see if we can get that dialed in. All right, I think I'm happy with this one. We got 2 alphas pumped on that. Alpha Charlie, I'm okay with that. Nice, 2 alpha on the no shoot. Alpha Charlie on there. Let's see, time was 6:27. I felt super squirrely coming in. I feel like, and you can see me from back there, when I'm coming in, I feel like I'm taking a seat, like I'm squatting, instead of positioning myself strong towards the target. So I feel like I can get that to under 6 and feel strong in my foundation. So I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, I just look back on the iPhone footage, and that transition over the second position was way better. Felt really good, and as you saw, it was way more controlled within the same time. So now I want to speed up time by like 0.3 of a second, and I'm not sure what to do with that. I think where I can carve time in is when I'm leaving the first position. I saw that I took a hot minute to get after my second shot to run down to the second position. So we'll see what this looks like for this take. Actually, this time I'm gonna go for the no shoot and then start to creep on the second one and see what happens with time. No shoot. No shoot and a complete, no, that wasn't a mic. It was just a busted Charlie. Anyways, time was 5:57. I opened up with this. That was great. This, I transitioned in here. This was the first shot for sure, and then second. Okay, so let's work on that a little bit. Clearly I'm doing okay on this, so let's start with the no shoot and then transition, and I should save myself a second. So we're going no shoot first, then the open, transition, because I should be able to be right about here, bop, bop, and then go, and then get the open, and then no shoot. I need to watch my transitions as I'm going from no shoot to open and make sure that I'm controlled in that. And this is match mode, as they say, and we'll see what that looks like. All right, so we lost time, but we had way more control. Lost time, way more control. 2 alphas, dope. 2 alphas, tight group, dope. 2 alphas, tight group, dope. 2 alphas, tight group, dope. So there it is, right? So like, this is the struggle. It is time and accuracy. So I sacrificed a little bit of time to dial in accuracy, and that served me well. So I feel like, sorry, my phone is completely dead, so we're done recording with that. I don't know why I left that in the video. So that's it. So if I were to speed up, could I speed up? I guess the question is, you gotta ask yourself, can you speed up? That's a great question. And some folks would say, we'll go faster. Yeah, sure, everyone can go faster, but it doesn't mean you're not gonna go faster with accuracy. So I have to choose to be more accurate. What the heck does that mean? Everyone, of course, is gonna choose to be more accurate. Well, if I choose to be more accurate with the time that I can comfortably be accurate, then that means that I need to be more patient as I align my dot. Now, I do know without a shadow of a doubt that my transitions are the biggest time suck that I've got. So I need to figure out how my transitions can be as confident as my doubles. So when I'm standing still, obviously my doubles are gonna be dialed. Can I do that as I'm entering or exiting a position? That's what I need to work on. And I know Mike Hwang, my specific request from him, because he's kind of like the blending master, grandmaster, is how do you do that with success? And I know that I'm trying way too hard to achieve that. So I know that, and he's gonna have some answers to those problems. Lee Henderson, also 2 weeks before Mike's training, is gonna run me through that too, because Lee is just a mastermind at precision and speed. And I'm excited to see the tips and tricks that he brings to my game, so that this is like child's play going forward. I'm gonna run through this a couple more times, but that's training for today. Thanks for watching. Okay, I thought I was done training. So check this out, guys. I was like, hey, I need to work on my reloads. I'll work on my reloads as I'm transitioning through. That happens on stages all the time, and my reload remembrances have been interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I can't make this up. I didn't have the hat cam on. Do what you want with it, but okay. Right. That's with a reload, and my time was 6:19. First shot 136. What is this telling me? I'm not recording. I'm not doing anything. I'm just, my mind is thinking, I'm just gonna do reloads on the transition and see where we land. I thought less. I performed more. Think about that as you're going through training. I'm recording. Do I feel pressure from recording so that you guys can see how cool I am? Maybe. That's not my thought, but maybe that's it. Maybe it's taking my mind off of where's my feet gonna be as I transition to the next spot because of the reload. I don't know. All I know is that something mentally shifted in me that allowed me to perform at what I wanted to do every other take leading up to it. So keep that in mind as you're training. Are you overthinking it? Can you perform and just turn your brain off for a second and see where you land? Just try it, see what happens.